I never thought I would be telling my story like this, especially not to strangers on the internet. But here I am, it's 2 in the morning, the house is silent, my children are asleep in the next room, and I'm sitting on the bathroom floor trying not to cry too loud, because tonight I found out my husband is cheating on me. And saying those words still doesn't feel real, because for years I believed my life was built on trust, on shared dreams, on a marriage that could survive anything. And I held on to that belief, even when things began to change, even when he started coming home quieter, guarding his phone like it held secrets I wasn't meant to see, even when his laughter no longer reached his eyes when he looked at me. And like so many women, I told myself it was stress, work, responsibility, anything but betrayal, because admitting the truth felt more dangerous than living in denial. And I kept choosing silence over confrontation, telling myself love meant patience and understanding, until the night everything shattered with a single vibration from his phone, a message glowing in the dark that said, "I miss you already." Words that stopped my heart. And with shaking hands, I unlocked the screen, not knowing I was stepping into a reality I could never escape, scrolling through months of messages filled with affection, inside jokes, whispered voice notes sent while I was home cooking dinner, folding laundry, putting our children to bed, believing we were still a team. Seeing photos that made my chest ache, realizing he didn't just cheat physically but emotionally, giving another woman the parts of himself I had been begging for without even knowing it. Reading the words, "You make me feel alive," and "I've never felt this understood." And then the sentence that broke something inside me forever, "I wish I had met you first." Because how do you recover from knowing the life you built became someone else's fantasy? And when I confronted him, there were no dramatic denials, no desperate lies, just silence, and then the words, "It just happened," as if betrayal was an accident instead of a series of choices made again and again. And in that moment, I realized how alone I had been long before the affair began, how I had become the safe option, the reliable presence, the woman who held everything together while he searched for excitement elsewhere. And now we live in the same house like strangers, eating at the same table, smiling for our children while my heart feels hollow, questioning myself in ways I never had before, wondering if I wasn't enough, if I loved too deeply, if giving my whole soul made me easy to replace. And now he cries and apologizes and promises to fix everything, saying it meant nothing, begging me not to break our family. But apologies don't erase images burned into your mind, and promises don't rebuild trust once it's shattered. Because love doesn't feel safe when betrayal lives in every quiet moment. And I stand at a crossroads I never asked for, where leaving feels terrifying because it means tearing apart a life we built, but staying feels unbearable because it means learning how to live beside the person who broke me. And people tell me to think about the children as if I'm not already doing that with every breath I take, as if I don't lie awake wondering how to protect them while also saving what's left of myself. Because no one prepares you for the loneliness of grieving a marriage that still exists. No one tells you how painful it is to mourn the person you thought you married while looking at the same face every day. And through all of this, I'm slowly learning that his betrayal is not a reflection of my worth, that cheating is not a mistake but a decision, and that loving someone should never require you to shrink yourself, to doubt your value, or to accept silence where honesty should live. And even though I don't yet know whether I will stay or walk away, forgive or choose myself, I know this much is true. I deserved honesty, I deserved loyalty, and I deserved a love that didn't break me just to survive.